This time it's Thursday, October the 1st. So it was like a pretty good day on my hunting and fishing calendar. So got off work early, got up in the same tree where I almost shot these does a few days ago. The spot seems pretty hot. Seems like it's used a lot. So the wind's real nice, kind of blowing northwest into a bedding area that I scouted a few days ago in the morning. And so there's some construction going on, and the construction workers say that they see does and deer, a few small bucks cruise through here all the time and hit this corner. There's huge pin oaks and they're just dropping like crazy. The squirrels are going nuts up here right now. So I'm just gonna sit here all afternoon and see what's happening. Hopefully get lucky after work. I've seen a few nice bucks over here in the past, and I've always just let them walk, or it just didn't feel right because they were small. But today I'm kind of on the premises, if it's brown, it's down. I want to get that first kill of the season out the way, so looking forward to that. I think today will be a good day. This tree's brought me luck, and seen a lot of deer in it in the past, so wish me luck. So, after missing a doe, I just had my 30-yard pin on her, thinking she was 30 yards, working on the camera, just like saying, oh man, she's 30 yards, 30 yards. and I shot at 30 yards and I missed her, and I looked down and I'm like, well, that's 10, that's 20, that's 30. She was 40 yards. So I was a little upset. And then out of nowhere, right behind me, come a whole herd of does. And so I'm pretty positive I put a good shot on this one. I just looked at the footage and it looks like I waxed her. So my boy Zach's down the street, the guy I hunt with, you've seen him in the videos. He's coming. He's gonna help me come find her and drag her out, so that way it's real quick and easy. But I can almost bet that she's, maybe ran 100 yards at the most. So, yeah, after looking at the shot, looking at the video, it looks like I put a pretty good shot on her. So, I'm just gonna give her some more time since she ran off. She ran off pretty quick. So, it's exciting. First deer, October the 1st. October's my favorite month of the year, naturally because it's my birthday. It was my sister's birthday. Like I said, got off work, knew it was gonna be a good day. And it's good just to have some fresh meat. So stay tuned. We'll be seeing what this arrow looks like here in a second. 2020, October's off to a good start. Missed the doe. And I was just like, man, damn. And then now, we got meat in the freezer. My boy Zach came to help out. Man,
how far away was she, Ryan?
I mean, I thought I saw her run further than this. I thought I saw her cut down through there, and she was at like 30 yards. Came in, good shot. I heard it pop, and I was like, oh man, that's a good shot. Went back, looked on it, looked on the camera again, and I was like, man, that looked great. But I seen her take off, and yeah, we got a little doe right here, looking good. Well, guys, that's how we're gonna start our hunt off. While we're climbing the tree, a big old buck just came by, and he came in, but it was too dark. We couldn't see our pins. Zach was gonna draw back. He wanted nothing but about 10, 15 yards. I think he's still right over here on this tree line, so we're just gonna hang tight up in the tree until he comes back through. Season. We just seen a big buck about 30 minutes before daylight. I drew back, I couldn't see him in my scope. He walked towards that field. It's a little too early to rattle right now, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Do a light rattle, just like for fun sport. See how it goes.
Rick.
He's going down. There's another one. Another one bites the dust. Small buck, but hey, we're out here on this public land in the little honey hole. There's another deer coming in. I think I might shoot this one. Alright, we just found an arrow, and that looks pretty good. Pretty good.
2-inch chisel tip.
Chisel tip. So
This tip has already done killed like 3 deer already. And look, all I need to do is clean this bad boy up, put a collar on it, and it'll be good to go. And look, go tip. Go tip. I'm telling you, these hunters, 300s, are spectacular arrows. I mean, just durable. So I'm really impressed.
Bubbles on there.
Really impressed with this whole setup right here. We're about to go find them, bring it back in here, and go back up and set in the woods.
Yeah. Already got just really good amounts of oil.
Got video?
Yep.
He said he didn't go 40.
What'd you give him, Zach?
I got him right in the kisser, folks. Look, he had a heart attack.
Nice little porky.
Look at that right there.
I think that's the entry.
Nope, no, that is the entry.
That's the entry. All right, everybody. So I finally got set up in the tree. Man, it's just a beautiful day. Beautiful October day. It's my birthday. So again, I'm super excited. Able to just get out here and hunt, take the day off, do what you enjoy. And this place looks really promising. Like I said earlier, I have turkey hunted over here before, and it had some good turkeys. I had plenty of turkeys. I found a nice shed back here while I was turkey hunting. So I was like, hey, there's some nice bucks. At one time I discovered it's like a little island that is thick, and on the outside of the island into the fields is nothing but these huge acorn trees. I mean, they're huge. They're putting out the big oaks, the little pin oaks. It's just a lot of diverse food. And then you have the ag in the fields. So the wind's flowing right back in here, just a nice light breeze. So I really think we're gonna make it happen this afternoon. I really do. So wish us luck, We've been at it pretty hard, and we've been pretty successful getting a few smaller bucks and things like that, but nothing what you're after for in the woods. So I think this is perfect place to set. I have no more than a 30-yard shot that way and no more than a 30-yard shot that way because of the water. I think this is going to be a good spot to at least see some deer. I'll probably take a doe if I see a nice healthy doe come through. I'll probably take her. That's what we're about, just successful hunting. Success, that's what I like. And that's what it seems like. Seems like I'm going to get skunked out of some deer because I haven't seen anything this afternoon. Seen a skunk. Seen another hunter trying to come back in here into this bedding area. But I at least thought I'd see a few does or some deer traveling through here. The turkeys are up this morning. It's still fall turkey season here in Tennessee, so one of those gobblers want to show their face over here, we'll be happy. We'll be happy to take one out. They love to float over into this field that is not the property we have permission to hunt in, and they're hunters as well, so we just always try to be pretty respectful of that boundary. There's been plenty of times we could have taken a turkey in their field, but we never do. We just always try to respect our neighbors. Back up here in the trees, a little after 9 o'clock. Seen a few deer off in the distance, a ton of turkey, but it's just such a beautiful fall day out here. It's October 16th, it's the day after my birthday, so always try to give the hunting calendar, the moon calendar, a look over, and apparently today's going to be one of the best days of the month. So these 3 days are really important. It rained last night, so I figured deer would just be moving all day today. Saw a coyote, almost got to pull back on him, but he was just moving through here really fast. I've probably only been in the tree for maybe 30, 45 minutes, and as soon as he walked over my ground track, he shot out of here. But it's so pretty out here. I think this is just so cool that we get to come out here and chase these whitetails. So I'm just having fun up in the tree right now, enjoying it, watching the squirrels do their work, go through the trees, just picking acorns down. And so I don't know if you guys could see that, but those turkeys just came and escorted those does out of this area. It was pretty funny to watch those hens just come right in. Those hens actually just came in and escorted those does right out of this little bedding feeding area. It's pretty funny.
Alright, so, man, hunting on the ground this morning in Hendersonville, Tennessee has been wild. So get out of the truck, and we're hunting deer. It's not really been hunted that often, and it's kind of like a neighborhood up here, but it's still in the country of Hendersonville. So just it's a big area of just houses and small patches of woods. And as soon as we got out of the truck, 5 minutes after we got out of the truck, we heard a deer, and he didn't blow. That's why we knew he was a buck. He didn't blow, and he was heavy-footed. And we walked a little bit in the woods, and there was a scrape right there, fresh, where he's been making it. So we didn't hunt too far after that, maybe like 80 yards away from it, but in an area where they use a lot to bed for the power lines. So me and Ryan, we sat there for about what, 2 hours this morning, and I had a deer. Let's go take a look.
Big old 10-pointer. There's the exit. Oh man. Zach, what'd you do, Zach?
Wow.
Yeah.
What a beautiful deer.
Pretty deer.
What a beautiful deer.
Nice.
Heavy. Good
Nice
solid
big old
heavy.
10-pointer.
It's heavy deer.
Folks, that's why we shoot the 2.3s right there. Look at that exit.
That's the entrance. That's the entrance.
Oh, that's the entrance. No, that's the exit.
That's the entrance.
Oh, look. There's the broadhead. Probably right there. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
Broadhead right there. That's the entrance.
Yeah.
What a shot. That arrow dropped because you said you probably shot like up to there, huh?
Yeah.
Dropped
The
right in.
arrows in them.
Yeah.
Hey.
Nice deer.